Anyone who's thinking about starting a YouTube channel or is a beginner and just begun, I just wanted to give you some advice today just from things I've personally learned, because I've started a lot of YouTube channels over the years. My friend built his channel a bit on gaming. I started my own gaming channel. I had comedy channels or channels I did with my friends, and that didn't really end well because those were just low effort videos that I really did not care about. Therefore, I was just posting as much videos as possible hoping they would blow, but that's not really good for the algorithms. If any of you are just starting off, you need to ask yourself, what are you most passionate about? If you're passionate about comedy, then start some acting videos. Write out a script every night and just act out something you're passionate about, anything that you find funny, because if you find funny, then surely others would find it funny. Or if you're passionate about, if you give advice to people generally, like you go out with your friends, you're like, don't eat this is unhealthy. If you want to get good grades and do this, then you're probably a person who likes giving advice to people. Therefore, you can get yourself a nice mic, camera, do a life advice channel like I am, just do vlogs at the park or whenever you go out in front of the sunlight. And yeah, that would be pretty good, because as long as you're passionate about something, then you're going to be posting consistently. Because let's say you're at home one day and you're like, oh, today's the day I have to make a YouTube video. You're going to be like, let's freaking go. I'm going to start a life advice video. I'm going to make an amazing short today. And therefore, just do something you're passionate about, and I promise you it's going to blow up, because you've seen a couple of big YouTubers who said that they're going to quit or they're leaving YouTube, and that's because they lost passion for what they were doing, or they just wanted to take a break. Just make sure you're doing something you're passionate about, and I promise you're going to feel that urge to consistently upload every day. And that's another important thing. If you're just starting off, the algorithm doesn't know who it's giving the video out to, because when you first start a YouTube channel, the algorithm is going to give your people to people who watch comedy, people who watch gaming, and those people are definitely not going to click on your videos if they're not really into that life advice kind of things. Yeah, so you need to be posting consistently, because the algorithm eventually gets your videos out to the exactly right audiences or the same people every single time. And when that happens, your retention is going to go up, your click-through rate's going to go up, and then the algorithm's going to start feeding your content much better after that. But you need to make sure your thumbnail's good, for example, too. Like if you're doing a gaming channel, you want lots of sparkful lights, fires, characters glowing and stuff like that. Or if you're doing a life advice channel, you don't really need a thumbnail sometimes for that. Some people don't have any, but if you do want one, then I recommend, sorry, my plastic bag was flying. I recommend you just have your face in the thumbnail, which is glowing a bit. Your face is just saturated and the background is just a tiny bit blurred. And if you want the people to know instantly what your video is about, then just add some text at the bottom explaining what the video is about, just in 2 words or something like that. And think about it like this. Let's say you've been posting for such a long time too, for example. If anyone who's been uploading for a while is watching this video and you're still not getting a lot of views, you need to ask yourself something. Are my titles good? Are my thumbnails good? Am I talking about interesting things? Because if I'm just talking about basic things, people already know who's going to watch this video. Like, I'm telling people to eat healthy, but am I adding a study as a proof just to show people? Am I talking about controversial things, things that are people curious about, like the effect of vitamin D3 on autoimmune diseases? Like, that's not really proof that it helps with the diseases, but people would watch it because they're curious. They're like, oh, I never knew this. You kind of want to talk about interesting things. There are some topics you can talk about, like life advice, procrastination, or how to pick up girls, because those things will never die down. And let's say you're doing a life advice video or gaming video and you compare your videos to another person's. If your video is much worsely edited, no effort at all, compared to the person who's getting 100k views, then how do you expect your videos to blow up in the first place? You're sitting on the sofa sometimes down and you're like, oh, I put so much effort in. No, sometimes you need to spend 2 to 3 days editing a video. And short-wise, no, you're not going to just post a short just like that. You're going to add some subtitles, some zoom in, some b-roll footage in the background. I recommend paying for CapCut, like $22 a month or something, because it's worth it. But I mean, if you can't afford that, then try some free softwares. But you just need to know, if you're not putting any effort into your editing, then you can't expect to get a lot of views. So that's another thing. Just compare your video to someone else who's doing something similar and edit it much better than they are. Then I promise you, you're gonna get more views than them eventually down the line. Sometimes you blow up very quickly, sometimes it takes a long time. Like Mr. Beast or these big people, they posted content that wasn't great back then, but they were posting consistently, and if they gave up, the guarantee is they wouldn't have gone viral. But they kept at it, improved something every single time. You improve something, the content's gonna get better, your views go up, your click rate is gonna go up, and then your views are just going to get amazing after that. Because once you reach that certain area where you get 50k views, 60k views, the same people who subscribed are just going to keep coming back all the time. The algorithms are going to put your content out to the same people. They're going to stay and watch your video for a long time, therefore it's just going to get recommended and recommended. But early stages is hard for YouTube. If you're just starting off, then make sure you're posting consistently, even if your video is bad, but make sure you're improving something every single time. Make sure you're not posting it, you make sure you're watching it yourself, saying, if I was someone who's random who's watching this video, am I gonna enjoy it? Like, if I'm static the entire time in the video, for example, in a short, who's gonna watch that? Like, my eyes just gonna get so bored. I need my brain to be filled with dopamine every time, just zooms constantly. Yeah, if you're starting off, then figure out what you're passionate about, put effort into your videos, good thumbnail, interesting titles, and I promise you, if you do that for such a long time and you improve something every single time you upload, then I promise you it's gonna get better. But I recommend with shorts, just post once a day, and long form videos, if you're doing, depends what content you're doing, life advice, you can post once a day, or gaming, try post every 4 days or something, I don't know, but whatever works best for you. And don't make any excuses saying you're lazy or you're busy or anything. Do you know why? Because when I have friends tell me they're busy, I check their screen times and it says 8 hours on YouTube. How the hell are you busy, man? How? You had time the whole day to come out. How is going on YouTube any busy at all? How is that building your life up at all? Yeah, any beginner YouTuber, anyone starting out, put effort into your videos and stay strong. You guys got this. Remember, good diet, good sleep, good exercise. Make sure your mental health is good. Focus on those things, because without health, you can't do these things that you want to do. So prioritize your health, prioritize working hard, and everything's going to be fine after that. And anyone who's watched this video, thank you for watching. And if you want any advice or anything, comment down below and I'll give you advice related to the kind of videos or advice you asked for. And yeah, everyone have a good day, stay strong, and don't let any negative thoughts take over you, because if you give up, the guarantee is that you won't know what would have happened in the future. So never ever give up, even if you get 1 view per video. Thanks for watching.